Now let's go to Beirut and find out more about this with writer and political analyst Wajdi Aridi. Thank you very much for being here with us on Q News. Let's talk about this ceasefire, shall we? I mean, how are these violations and these constant violations by Israel affecting the security situation in southern Lebanon?
To you and to your viewers, Happy New Year to all of you. In fact, and frankly, the violations by Israel are continuing and escalating and very much repetitive. Israel is attacking the platforms of Hezbollah in the south. The Israeli planes are coming even to Beirut and the south of Beirut. So things are escalating and the situation is very grave. If these violations continue, the war might re-erupt, and there are many fears of this happening. So everybody is waiting for the American envoy, so as to see if the international effort can be resumed, and if the American envoy comes back, the talk might be reignited, and to see whether this truce would be renewed or not, because there is some talk about renewing the truce for another 30 days, but still everything is possible. And the situation is more hinting to more escalation, and this is what is more of an intention by Israel. And Hezbollah is emphasizing the continuation of resistance by the Secretary General of Hezbollah, Naim Qassem.
What do you think the objectives are of this military action in southern Lebanon by Israel? And also, is there any point of having a ceasefire if Israel isn't going to adhere to its conditions?
I believe that Israel will not be committed, at least before the new American president comes to the White House. And we will see who will be the new Secretary of State in the US. But Trump, during his campaigning, said that when he comes to the White House, there will be no wars, not even between Ukraine and Russia. So I believe that Israel is abusing the current time before Trump comes to office to do whatever they can do. And on the other side, there are great developments happening in the region. And after the great shift that happened, especially after the fall of the Syrian regime, so everything is now possible in the region. Israel is very close to Damascus. Israel is occupying many parts of the Golan Heights. Qnews is only a few minutes away from Damascus. In addition to the attacks on Hezbollah and cutting the supply to Hezbollah, but still Hezbollah has had some weapons stored in Syria. Hezbollah is trying to get this weapon into Lebanon, but Israel is having very clear objectives in the south to destroy the homes in the nearby villages to the Israeli borders and to create some buffer zone so as October 7 does not happen again from the Lebanese sides. This is how Israel is doing to defend its settlements, the north of Israel. That's because the settlers did not come back to the north of Israel. But this is all is waiting for Trump to come to the White House, and maybe there might be new policy and new way of handling things by the US.
So what do you make of this new effort by Israel? What do you make of this plan to build 12 new military positions along that Lebanese border?
This is to supervise any kind of movement of the resistance and Hezbollah. So Israel is actually controlling this area, demolishing the homes, making it a wasteland. So Israel has got a clear objective. There is no need to further read into this. Israel wants a buffer zone on the widest possible area in order to have towers and to have stations to monitor any kind of thing happening in the south of Lebanon. Israel is exploring the area every day by the Air Force and whatever. So in Beirut and Bekaa, they see the Israeli planes seeing and photoing to see what is happening on the ground and what are the movements of Hezbollah and to photo Hezbollah out there. So the fighting is not much there, but still there were 2 attacks on Jabal in Lebanon. So things might go back to escalation if things develop the way they do.
And do you think there's any chance that long-term stability on the Israel-Lebanon border might be possible?
I don't think at this stage there will be any stability, not before implementing 1701. So we are waiting for the new US president to see what kind of initiatives he will do, how he will contact the different capitals, and how to get 1701 to be implemented. Things need some kind of a different situation, and maybe a new administration and a new state secretary will change things. But for the current situation in Lebanon, there is no way to implement 1701 because of the divisions inside Lebanon, and after the war that happened in the summer. If the truce is 50 or 40 days now, and the destruction is still at the same, and the Lebanese state did not do much more than just moving some rubble. So nobody is caring for reconstruction in Lebanon in the places that were demolished. So the Gulf countries are not taking a step into this the way they do in Syria. We are waiting if Lebanon would have a new president, and the South Council that is in charge of reconstruction, Hashem Haider, said that this needs a big project for reconstructing the south of Lebanon. Now there is more support for the people who were displaced from their villages. There is a huge number of displaced people in Lebanon, in the south of Lebanon. So this council in South Lebanon is trying to do whatever possible, but the situation in Lebanon is unstable till this moment.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed. It's great to talk to you. Thank you very much for being with us. That was the analyst who was joining us, who is from Beirut, Wajdi Aridi. Thank you very much for joining us.